The views and opinions expressed by guests and or comments are those of the persons who submitted them and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of In the Clutch Sports Talk and More podcast. Any content provided by guests are of their opinion and are not intended to malign any religion, ethnic group, club, organization, company of any individual or anyone or anything.
This is my time, I'm on the rise, can't hold me down, I'm too fly. This is my time, ready to shine, brighter than all of the lights. Cause when it's game time, seconds away and the game's on the line. There ain't no doubt in my mind, beating the buzzer like this is my time.
This is our time. In the Clutch Sports Talk and More podcast. I am your host, D. Early. I am joined by In the Clutch Sports Talk and More inside scooper T. Will.
That's me. Top of the morning.
And we're joined at the bottom by the guy who never saw a shot he didn't like. M. Clear.
Good morning.
Hey, happy to be back. Happy to be back with you guys. We took a few weeks off, but now we back and we coming back with a powerful interview today. It's all, we all went to Treadwell. So anytime we can bring a former Treadwell, especially Treadwell High School basketball player to the show, that's just remarkable for us. This young man, I can't wait to get into his story. Seems like he was a prolific scorer, just like yourself, Clear. Trying to prop you up, man. I'm trying to prop you up.
Yeah, but I'm waiting on the cut. Somebody gonna cut me up.
No, ain't nobody gonna cut you, Mike. Hey, Terry, did Mike make the cut?
Here we go.
No, Mike. One thing about it, when it comes down to accolades, I'll joke with you about anything else, but when it comes down to your accolades over at Treadwell, that ain't nothing I can cut you on. So unfortunately,
okay.
Unfortunately, you good.
Yeah, I'll see if that man.
Hey, Mike. Hey, it's like real talk, man. We keep it real on here. We can talk about everything else, but when it comes to that hooping and that football, we got to give you your props on that. You was top tier in that, no doubt about it.
Appreciate you guys.
But look, I just want to go ahead and get this guy on. He's got some great news to let us know. We'll get into that. But I just want to welcome to the show former Treadwell High School standout, Mr. Barry Wellington. Barry, welcome to the show, man.
Well, I appreciate you guys having me, man.
What's going on, Barry?
Nothing much, man. Just trying to head spinning right now with, my first week just being back and just trying to get everything going.
Okay. Good deal. Hey, before we get into that, I know this is gonna be out of character. Have you liked, shared, and subscribed to the page?
I haven't. I will though.
Hey, please do that. I mean, it don't look right we having guests on here, especially a Treadwell great as you, and not even subscribe to the show. So please do that today.
Okay, please. I got you. No worries. For sure.
Thank you.
Terry, I'm proud of you, man. Wow. I'm proud of you. That's good. You thinking about the show. I liked it.
That was good.
Yeah, that's what I'm supposed to. I mean, you should already talk to him ahead of time, but that's
look. That was.
Yeah,
he down there in the corner. He know what to say. That was on Mike now. Mike bringing these guests on. He need to make sure
pick on the old dude.
Exactly.
Yeah, pick the old dude out the crowd.
Okay, so let's back this thing all the way up. Let's kind of start from the beginning. I want to ask you this, Barry. Of course, all three of us, we know the great tradition that Treadwell has always had as far as basketball. I think it was 77 we won a state title with Hank McDowell, and of course everyone knows Elliot Perry and Penny Hardaway. We had a few more guys that came behind them. Y'all help me out. Chris Garner,
yeah.
LaMarcus. So did you know about these guys before you came to Treadwell?
So I knew about, obviously everybody knows about Penny and Elliott, right? So, but I didn't really know about the other guys until I really went there. So I went there from K through 12.
Oh, you
So
old.
yeah, I was there my whole school career. So when I got to about around, middle school, like seventh, eighth grade then, and then that's when I started to hear, the other names of those other guys. But I knew about, Penny and Elliott and those guys because they had those guys retired jerseys in the high school. As soon as you walk in, those was on the right. So you knew about those two guys, but the other guys I kind of, learned as I start getting older and start playing for the school. So
Oh, okay. Well, that's okay. So
And see,
did
that's sort of bad, Daryl, because that's one of our goals. What we said we're gonna do is we want to hang some more jerseys in those Raptors. We want to have a Hall of Fame ceremony that would include people such as yourself and the Lamarcus Goldens and the world and people like that. So they should know our traditions. You know what I'm saying? Them clear. A lot of people's jerseys that should be up there that paved the way. Even for you. You should know your history. And so that's one of the things that we gonna hopefully for the good Lord take us away from here. That's something that we'll be able to accomplish. So.
well, I'm all for a couple jerseys being retired. I mean, I would say, and this is my thought process. Of course, Hank and that team. You can't retire everybody jersey. You just. I mean,
It's quite a few the people I named you can retire. You can retire the Lamarcus Goldens.
Either that or do a Hall of Fame wall or something and
yeah.
just
I mean,
make it like that. And
yeah,
that way
You're right. You're right. Maybe I worded it wrong. Maybe you can't retire the jersey, but that's what I mean. Sort of like what you said, clear.
yeah,
Some
kind
kind of
of Hall
wall.
of Fame wall,
Yeah.
so you'll
Right. Right.
understand the history of these
Right.
all
Right.
these
Right.
great guys that came through the school.
Right.
well, the only bad thing about that is, we dealing with the fact that Treadwell's not a high school anymore. So,
Well, but the middle school still is still a spinoff of the high school. I mean, when we came up, you went straight from Treadwell Junior High to Treadwell High School. So you know what I mean? It's
not
so
all of us.
well, we know y'all Cypress guys. We get that. We glad you guys joined us. I mean, you had several options.
Well, I already told you, clear. You and Chuck was the reason I came to Treadwell.
We sure appreciate it, Cole.
Yeah, it's because of y'all that I even came to Treadwell. Uh, okay, so with knowing Anthony Hardaway before you got there and Elliot Perry, how did you feel when you actually made the team, suited up, and actually wore that jersey? How did that make you feel?
talking about far as like high school.
Yeah, high school.
I felt it was. I was, I was excited. I was just a little skinny kid, a lot of those guys. I was one of the few freshmen that played a little bit. So I mean, when I found out that I made the team, I was excited and ecstatic. Went home, told my mom, and then that's when I really, started to take basketball seriously. Because when young, like I was pretty much better than all the kids in middle school. Not to go off track, but when I got to high school, obviously you got to start over. So I kind of started to take my craft seriously. I started watching tons of basketball, learning, watching the college. I thought there was a way to heighten my IQ because I was so young in order to get on the court. And I also played with older guys at the Boys and Girls Club. That's what helped me, propel myself in from my freshman to my senior year. So, like I said, I was proud to wear that jersey, man, and try to represent the school the best as I could.
Okay, well that's and see is story similar to all the other greats. They kind of started off in as a freshman. I wasn't there as a freshman. I was over representing the Cypress Timberwolves, the best junior high school that was in the city at the time. uh, but yeah. So what was that like going from a little bit of playing time, and that's the natural progression of it anyway.
Yeah,
You get
yeah.
get acclimated to the team, you play a little bit. Each year you get better and better. And at what point, what grade was it? Because I think for most of us, it's always that junior year where we kind of blossom, and then we just take it to a whole nother level that senior year. When did you really blossom into the prolific scorer that I hear that you were?
So probably going into my 10th grade summer.
Wow.
So like I said, I was playing with some guys that was bigger, stronger than me. Then when I got to the 10th grade, I'm the first one there. I'm trying to play. I'm guarding a bigger point guard than me, but I was super quick though. So starting the middle of the year, I ended up taking his starting spot.
Uh-oh.
So that's when it started to, change gears for me. So I'm like, okay, coach, trust me. Like I'm starting and I'm playing against these other schools with they got juniors and seniors, and I'm holding my own a little bit. So that's when it start to click with me. Like, okay, you could probably do a little something. So probably like the middle of my sophomore year, I started to take off because, like you said, all of us started as late bloomers. So as soon as that summer of my junior year, man, I went from averaging like 9 to 16 my junior year. So, and then my senior year, it was just crazy. I was third in the city in scoring, and I was right behind like NBA guy like Thaddeus Young. He was number 2. Randy Culpepper was number 1 in scoring in the league in high school. So I was third in the city. So everybody kind of knew who I was. So they seen me grow from a freshman that got a little bit of time to a senior who was top 3 in the city in scoring. You know what I mean? So I did a little.
Mike,
I did a little something back then.
Mike, you can relate to that because I know you was up there in the scoring a little bit. I wasn't that high. I was top 15, 20, somewhere around there with like a 20-point average. And
yeah, we had 2 on the team that was averaging what he was averaging. So, but the game has changed a lot. You know what I mean? Scoring is a natural progression now. Now, I got a good friend on this show and say, well, that's all you would ever do. It's probably true, but I'm just saying in this day and age, I would have loved to play because they're telling you to shoot everything. So, but no, yeah.
I'm sorry.
They're telling you to shoot everything now. So Terry, he used to get upset at me, Barry, because this his mantra. Clear has never found a shot he wouldn't shoot, but he don't tell the other part, and I'm not gonna downplay nobody, but coach told us, your job is to shoot the basketball. So what I'm supposed to do, Terry?
No, you definitely did what the coach told you to do. He definitely did that. But my question back to you, Barry, yeah. Did you was giving a nice assist just as good as making a nice jump shot?
See, that's what a lot of people don't understand. So for me, the crazy thing is I was averaging 25 a game, but I was a pass first point guard. So I played with a guy named Stanley McNeil. I played with a guy, Cornelius Teal. They were my shooters on the wing. So my thinking, like I told you guys, I watched college basketball. So I'm thinking, okay, and I was a driver back then, but I can make open threes. Crazy thing, I shot 70% from 3 because I shot the good ones. But anyway, those guys, I was like, okay, in order for me to get to this basket, because I got my threes the hard way and one. So I'm like, in order to get myself going, I need these guys to make shots. So I'll drive it. They collapse on me, and I'm kicking and making the right play all the time. They're knocking shots down, so they can't leave anymore. And like I told you from before, I was super quick. I get downhill. I just started getting and ones all the time. And one here, and I was a good free throw shooter. So that's how I end up, get my points. So actually, I was a pass first guy, but when they couldn't double, it was just me and my defender, and I was so much faster than him, and I just get to the bucket. And
so you got so to confirm, you enjoyed getting the assist.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Let me ask you a question, man. Let me ask you a question. So you enjoyed being a pass first.
Yes.
You had to enjoy the person on the other end making shots, correct?
Yes.
That made you want to pass him the ball more.
Yes.
Okay, so the other person on the other end, tell me this, did that person pass on your team a lot?
No.
Okay, that's what I thought. So it's a common thing that the two guard or the wing guy, whatever you want to call it in today's
I'm looking at.
terms. What, sir? I'm trying to get my point across, sir.
Okay, my bad.
What I'm saying is, so as a coach, would you say that the two guard job is to shoot the ball or pass the ball?
As a coach, I would say shoot the ball.
Okay, that's all I just because I know you kind of know the game and you understand.
Yeah, he understands the game, and let me get this, because one thing about him, Barry, if you listen to him long enough, you'll start to believe him.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
So if you listen to him long enough, because I'm basing it on two prolific scorers. This is what this show about. We're talking about two of the greatest scorers in Treadwell history, and as leaders, I just asked, did you value the assist? And I'm the guy over there to your right. He didn't value the assist. And that's the only comparison I was trying to make. He was a great player, but he just didn't like the pass.
Right.
So
and not to diminish anybody else, but he clearly said that, you know, it depends on who you passing to. Like Barry said, he has some shooters. So
it's on who you passing it to, girl. That's all I was saying. Now, I can't help who were on my team at that time that you saw. I didn't pass the ball to you.
But clear, if you never pass it to them, how they gonna become good shooters?
Practice.
If you never pass it to them,
they got to practice. They got to show me they can make two in a row.
Man, you think
every 5 games, Terry don't get you passes.
Dude, do you think that I believe that I know you didn't make assists in the regular game. You think you made assists in practice? Get out of here. Get out of here.
Boy, all right. I'm gonna leave you alone. What we got there?
Okay. Man, y'all crazy. Okay. So let's transition a little bit. You had a great transition from freshman to senior. And now it's time to transition to decisions as far as where you continue your basketball career. All these other guys we named, from Hank McDowell to Elliot Perry to Penny Hardaway, Chris Garner, LaMarcus Golden, they all ended up at the University of Memphis. Did you have aspirations to join them in that flight, or did your course take you somewhere else?
I did. I would have loved to went to the University of Memphis, but my path, as you guys know, everybody's path is different. So my path was different. I had to go to junior college because of grades, right? So my 9th and 10th grade years, as far as my grades, I was, being a kid and not taking it serious, and you know how kids are. And then my junior and senior, like when I told you guys I started to get serious, I was making honor roll, but you guess what? GPA those other 2 years is not going to cut it, right? So I had to go to junior college, which I went to a powerhouse junior college. We got ranked number 2 in the nation. Like I said, my freshman year, the game was different for me. It was, going against faster, stronger, bigger guys. At that level, at the junior college level, those are guys, everybody is the best player on their team coming from high school, right? So I had to go against those guys every day. And as the year went on, same thing happened, man. We had an All-American on our team the year before. He's like my big brother to this day, but then starting the middle of the year, I end up taking his starting spot. I don't know. Like, it's just once I get a hold to something I like really focus on, I'm going to succeed at it. So I end up taking this spot, and it helped our team become, like number 2 in the nation at the time. So we won a lot of games there with Coach Corey Tate, who's the assistant coach at St. Louis now. But my path took me to junior college my first 2 years.
Okay. So, I mean, it's a lot of people who took that route and, end up, going on to major colleges and things like that. So even, we had some of our players that came from Treadwell, they had a few little academic hiccups along the way. But as usual, Treadwell Eagles, we rise to the top and we overcome like we always do.
Right.
Okay, so and because I want high school students or basketball players or athletes to hear your story. I want them to understand kind of, and we'll go to a commercial break after this,
Okay.
but going from high school to college, that transition, is it similar to going from middle school to high school, or is it even a bigger jump than that?
I would say it's a bigger jump because of, like I said, the IQ and the strength. Like some of those guys, you're going to college, you're 18. Those guys are 22, 23. So it's like they're grown men. So it's, and their IQ is higher. You know what I mean? So they've already had the experience, college experience. They played against, the top guys in college already at that level. So the you just gotta it's pretty much a bigger bigger jump far as college, because of those guys are just, they're grown men basically. So you just gotta, keep working and keep learning. You can learn from other people as well. But that's probably the biggest jump is from high school to college, from middle school to high school.
And is part of that based on the fact that you go from being in the parents' house to now you're basically an adult and out on your own? Explain that part so that the high school kids can kind of be prepared for that.
Yes, because like you said, if you're in your parents' house, they gonna wake you up to go to school and get remind you like your grades and stuff. In college, there's no hand holding. Like they're not gonna come wake you up. Your professors is not gonna give any leeway. Like you're getting prepared for the real world. Funny story. So I had this teacher. So this is for me to go play Division 1. She wasn't gonna help me out. So this is a life lesson for those kids. Like nobody is going to give you anything. I'm taking this lady class. It was a botany class, which is about plants. So I'm like, man, I'm gonna pass it. I'm one of the stars on the team, whatever. I take my first test, 43. I said, all right, I'm gonna pass it. The next test, 23. I said, all right, guys, I'm gonna start studying. So I get my note cards because I have to pass this class to go to Division 1. And that was my biggest goal, is to go play Division 1 basketball. My teammates laughing at me and I'm studying. They come, guess what? I was the only player on my team that went to Division 1 because I didn't care what nobody said about me. Like, I'm gonna do what I need to do. I know when no handhold. I had to mature in that aspect of being a college athlete, a student athlete first, instead of being an athlete that's just going to school, to play ball. But you have to be a student athlete first, because nobody is going to give you anything, and college is preparing you for the real world.
Okay, and I'm gonna say this right quick, and I'm gonna let Terry and Mike, if y'all got something to say. I just want to say this right quick. This is my first time meeting this young man, and I see why he's a head coach. He's gonna do great. I'm sure of it.
Let me ask you a question, Barry. You talked about having issues in the classroom and then regrouping and then going, and then you was going against bigger, stronger, much more mature kids. How did that experience of knowing you were one of the top guys in the city, but having to go to a junior college because of you didn't take care of your business in the classroom? How was that? How did that play in your mental capacity to prepare to go to junior college and be successful?
Well, as you guys know,
How did that help you? Let me ask that question.
as you guys know, coming from the city, everybody is, tough and, gritty. That's what our city is known for, right? So to be honest with you, coach, like it humbled me, honestly. I thought, I was third in the city and scoring. I'm gonna get handed out this and that, and when it came time, like that wasn't the case. So it was very humbling. And when I went to junior college, got even more humbled, even though I was performing on the court, but I wasn't performing in the classroom. So it kind of took, me back to my ninth, 10th grade years. Like, okay, you're gonna make these same mistakes again. So it was like I get a do-over, right? So my 9th and 10th grade year, I cost myself some D1 interest because I didn't take care of the classroom my freshman and sophomore year. So I get put back in the same situation my freshman and sophomore year of college, and like, okay, B, what you gonna do? You gonna make the same mistake? What you gonna do? So that teacher taught me, like, you always get a second chance. You got to capitalize on your opportunity, and that's what I did. So by me capitalizing on that opportunity, I ended up going to play in my dream Division I basketball and playing against those my teammates who that played college ball. Some of them they went D2, NAI, whatever it may be. But all of those guys were the better players on their high school teams, and me to rise above them and then get my grades and then go play Division I, the only one on my team, like that was very humbling. So I would say that experience humbled me because it reminded me of what happened to me my freshman and sophomore year of high school, and I wasn't gonna let that happen again my freshman and sophomore year in college.
Good answer.
Okay, we're gonna take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we're gonna transition from college player to becoming a college coach.
All right.
Are you in need of a trusted notary to legalize your important documents? Look no further than Terry Williams Notary Services. Whether it's affidavits, real estate documents, business agreements, or binding marriage certificates, you sign it, he'll seal it. With a commission in the state of Tennessee, he provides reliable, accurate, and professional notary service. For fast, friendly, and professional service, contact Terry Williams Notary Services today. Call 901-503-0564 or email twilliams7296@gmail.com.
All right, Bear. Now, if you need any notary services done in your new position, you go your guy right here at the top right hand corner. He got you.
Yeah, Bear, come on, Bear. Hey, we support each other now, so don't forget about it. They need to kind of.
Okay. Now, go from prolific scorer in high school. You take another starting job in junior college. You go up to D1. I'm sure you did great there as well.
Yeah.
How did you know at any point during that time that you wanted to be a coach, or did it just kind of happen?
Well, when I got done playing, I had a chance to go play overseas. So I played in the ABA a little bit. Then I ended up tearing my Achilles because I was about to go to Mexico. So I tore my Achilles. So I was like, do I want to stay around the game? Am I ready to coach? I don't know. Like, I miss it. And one day I just thought, I was like, man, I want to coach. So I stayed in contact with my coaches from junior college and, Division I and all that. And then one day I was living in Atlanta, working 2 jobs. And one of my junior college coaches, they recruited me in my JUCO. He was at Lamar State College, Port Arthur in Texas. He called me. He was like, man, do you want to coach? I was like, absolutely. He said, you got a week to get down here. I said, a week? He said, if you don't come down here in a week, I'm going to offer it to somebody else. So, man, I packed my stuff. I left everything in Atlanta, and I came home for a few days to see my mom, and I drove all the way to Port Arthur, Texas, and that's when my coaching career started, when I went to Lamar State College, Port Arthur. So I kind of had a backup plan after I got done playing, but it happened sooner than I thought because I really wanted to play pro, but injuries derailed me from that. So the next best thing was to try to become a college coach, and my coach gave me an opportunity, and I jumped on it, and that's what happened. That's how it all started.
Wow.
Is there a difference in, let's say, the player from when, let's say, you first started college as a player to now? And I know we got NIL deals and we got all this other stuff that's involved with it. And if you got paid going into college, don't let us know yet. But but do you see a difference in the actual player? Because we get so much news related to AAU not being a good thing and kids not really being coached. They're just putting all-star teams together. So you, from being a player now to being a coach, do you see a change in the players?
I do. I see a change. The first thing, to be honest with you, is entitlement. A lot of these guys want stuff given to them. If just say a scouting service ranked them or something, they think they're supposed to, get the bells and whistles. But like, you got a kid like out there that's hungry. He's gonna play hard all the time, no matter the score. These, the kids that have the better talent, if they face some adversity, they probably gonna fold. I played against some guys that were really talented, but I played hard, and I seen a chink in that armor, and I'm like, oh, okay, he really don't like this. He really don't like that. So I would say the entitlement of today's players now. Also with the, like you said, something about the AAU deal, the fundamentals are gone from the game. Like I just finished my 12th season in college, and it's crazy because some of these kids can't make a post entry pass. They don't even know what a cross step drop pass is. Like they don't know how to fake high, go low, throw it high. Like they don't understand when you're driving through the lane, you can't do an air pass. It either got to be at the rim or a bounce pass. Like they don't understand that. They don't know. And then they get mad when you try to correct them. You know what I mean? So it's like the fundamentals of the game is gone. So when we have practices, we work on jump stops, pivots, pass fakes, entry post passes. Like it's boring, I know, because everybody wants to run up. Yes, college. I'm telling you, it's
crazy.
Man, we finna go to have the 40 minutes of hell part 2. We finna have Nolan Richardson the third, man, running over here in basketball, man. I'm loving that, because I would have never thought that.
I'm telling you guys,
and you'll be doing it at this stage. I mean, that's good stuff.
I'm telling you guys, it's lost. The fundamentals are lost. I'm telling you guys.
I mean, but that's that's like the fundamental of fundamental, though. Those things. I mean, come on.
Because, go ahead.
Well, from the top, Darrell, is like that. I mean, just look at the league. That's why the overseas guys are getting more and more of these spots, man. They athletic.
Yeah.
But Luka's he slick athletic, but Luka he plays on 2 feet. He gonna pump fake. He gonna do the little things. Ain't gonna get you 30, 35. Our kids, man, I watched in the gym the other day, and this sounds kind of true. I'm from the old school. If you can't make a 2-step left hand layup, why are we teaching them the Euro step? I'm not understanding that, because the Euro step, the only way you can teach that is a live body has to be out there. The cone don't move, but that body does. So you're teaching kids drills as opposed to live movement and what they would have to do to make the bucket. That's why if you notice, in college, a lot of kids miss layups. They don't practice layup. They practicing the move. The finish is never, coach, but my move, my footwork. Yeah, but you ain't finished, man. You 2 for 40. You know what I mean? So I get it. You're right.
But that's what I mean. That's what I mean by I know what I told you. What he's doing in college. I know Darrell said it's the fundamental stuff, but to me, that's the best way to keep these young athletes grounded and keep them to concentrate on fundamentals first. The rest of the stuff will come.
Absolutely, Terry.
If you put in the hard work, that stuff is going to come. And you keep them fundamentally grounded like you're doing now. I think that's a great thing.
The problem I think you'll have, right quick, the problem I think you're going to have is the resistance of wanting to go back to do the fundamentals, because everybody is teaching the other thing. They teaching everything but the fundamentals, but the footwork. So when you get to college, I think I know, you know what I'm saying, what I'm doing. Well, I'm gonna say it. That's probably why you at a D3 as opposed to a D1. You gonna keep doing what you either were taught or what you think is what the coaches want you to do, and then you never advance. So,
and guess what? Who's the most exciting when it comes down to the field of 64 in college? Who end up exciting us the most? It's those fundamental teams, the 16th seeds, the 15th seeds, the 14th seeds that are continually knocking off these top seeds every year, and it's becoming more and more because they're more fundamentally sound.
But you know what ends up happening? Those bluegrass teams still end up winning the tournament, and then your argument is shot to hell because it's like we might not have been as fundamentally sound, but we still won.
Well, I just say the bigger the program, the more money you got, the better resources, the better your athletes gonna be. I just believe that. I mean, if I'm a Cinderella and I run up on Alabama, I mean, it's great for me because I made the run. I'm showing you fundamentally I'm straight. Now, if I can get them same kids like Alabama to do what I'm doing, in St. Augustine, I'm great. But I ain't gonna have the budget to do that, Darryl. So I get what you're saying. The argument is shot, but I don't know if that is the argument really shot. That's not a fair assessment, I don't think, because
I mean, I'm all for fundamentals. You know that, Mike.
Man, we got to go back to that. In just even in parenting, it's just the basic fundamental discipline. Man, we don't do that. That's why the kids are running wild now. We don't do that. We neglect the most basic things that our parents taught us. Be respectful. You know what I'm saying, man? That's hard for these kids to do, to say yes, sir, and yes, ma'am.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Man, that's hard for these, man. That almost hurt these kids there to tell an older person, yes, ma'am, yes, sir. Man, that's hard, man. And that's to us, and I'm sure y'all gonna agree, man, that was the basic foundation of who we was. Man, you gonna say that. You gonna say that in front of Coach Kerr and them.
I mean, that's odd even having that conversation. I mean, that was like a no-brainer. I mean,
no-brainer, right? So
I asked you this question, Coach Bear. Now you got to bring you forming the team now. So you got all these different attitudes, all these different players. Do you maybe overlook some of the high-profile players for a player that's more grounded, like what you're looking for? Or do you try to say, okay, well, I'm going to take this guy, he's a whatever star, and I'm going to mold him into the great player that I know he can be?
I would say probably a little bit of both. Obviously, you got to have talent to win. You gotta have those kids, those tough kids as well. You gotta. So for me, the type of team that I would like is a tough, gritty team that's never gonna give up, relentless, united, selfless, and tough. So when I'm recruiting the kid, I'm trying to see, how can he be coached? I'm looking at him when he gets taken out the game. Like, is he interacting with his teammates? Is he being coachable? Is he being disrespectful to the coach? Is he going to talk to the referee about every foul? Me personally, I don't like that. Like, the ref has made the call, he's not going to change it. You know what I mean? So it's like, I want talented kids, of course, but I also want kids that's hungry as well. I think that you can help mold guys and if they're not so talented, but you can work with them, long as they're playing hard. Like I tell players all the time, I will never be angry at you if you're going 100% and you make a mistake. Never. But I have a problem with you going 50% and you make a mistake. That won't fly with me. I don't like that. That's when we'll have a problem. But if you're going 100%, you make a mistake, I'm fine with that, because the type of coach I am, I exude confidence in my guys. Like, if you're a shooter, I want you to shoot the ball. If you're a playmaker, I want you to play make. You know what I mean? If you're a driver, I'm going to put you in positions to drive the basketball. You will never be out of position with me. If you can't shoot, I'm not running shooting plays for you. You know what I mean? If you a shooter and you can't drive the basketball, you will never be put in a situation where you got to drive the basketball, unless it's a transition layup or something. But in the half court, like I'm always going to put guys in position to be successful. And I think with me doing that, their confidence goes up. They believe in what I'm telling them because they're being successful. And guess what? On the defensive end, they're going to play their hearts out. They're going to run through their wall because they know I want them to be successful. Because kids don't want to hear defense first nowadays. So you got to tell them, I'm going to put you in places to be successful. And once they start seeing it, they start to play harder for you. You know what I mean? They'll run through a wall for you. So those are the type of kids that I kind of like look for when I'm trying to put together a team. Also, I kind of look for characteristics, just character overall. I do my calls about kids, what he's been doing, how he do this, what happened when he did this. You know what I mean? Just trying to get character checks on kids because I don't want bad kids. But like I said, a lot of kids deserve a second chance too. You know what I mean? I just won't give up on a kid. Um, but those are some of the things that I look for and trying to build a team and look for guys and try to identify student athletes as well.
I've never been a coach. I've assisted some high school coaches and middle school coaches, just helping them out. Never been a recruiter, but I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna try to give you some advice. You can take it or not. The best way to judge how a child really is to get to know their parents first,
Yes.
because they don't go too far from where their parents. Now they might be a little rough around the edges,
Hmm.
but whatever their parents don't instill in them, that's really who they are. Now, if you go to the house and the parents just as ghetto as all outdoors and the parents doing this, then more than likely the child is going to be the same way when they come to your program. So just a little advice. I don't know how good of advice that was, but it's just something I was just thinking about.
No, that's a funny story. So I made like I do a little I made me a TikTok, a small college basketball information TikTok, and I've had like 300,000 views, 78,000. So I go on there and I put things like that. So one of the TikToks that I put, I was like, I was pretty much saying like parents can lose their children scholarships. They can lose their children uh, opportunities to go to school and get scholarships and stuff just by the way that they carry themselves as well. Like as coaches, we look at all that as well. Like you said, when we're talking to this kid and then we end up talking to the parents and the dad and mom, like we pay attention to all that stuff. You know what I mean? So we like what you just said, we absolutely do that because kids lose, coaches get write kids off because of parents sometime because of the interaction that we've had with them before, and they're like, yeah, I don't think he'll be a good fit here. We're gonna move on. You know what I mean? So I try to encourage all the parents just to be aware of that as well. That you guys can lose your children opportunity as well. So it's not just on the kid; it can be on the parents as well too.
Wow. Let me
Uh,
ask you. Let me ask a question right quick, Joe. Piggybacking off of that, because before you can get to that question that Daryl just asked you, how did you develop your coaching style? Where did that come from? Did it come from all your coaches? Did that come from like how did you develop? Like when I first I started coaching, I developed my style. Of course, the base was Coach Curry. That was the base. And then, your college coaches, and then just watching other coaches and how they interact and deal with the kids. How did you develop and come up with the style that you're going to display where you are?
Uh, Came from, to be honest with you, all the coaches that I work for. I've worked for a number of coaches of different states, different regions. I've been, out on the West Coast. I'm just coming back from the West Coast. I coached in California, Arizona. I've coached in Kentucky, Texas. Obviously, I coached in Tennessee for 4 years. Just all the coaches that I've worked for, and I take a little bit from each and every one of them, and I try to, combine them, and then I kind of base it on, where I'm from as well. So the toughness part, that's from me. Offensively, I'll take from like the school that I just came from, Arizona. He's a mastermind offensively. I've had two great defensive coaches. that I've worked for as well. So I'll take a little bit from them. I've also took some things with how to relate to players. Obviously, I know you can't coach every player the same. Took that from a coach. Like you got to not show favoritism, but if I can get on this kid pretty tough, but this kid I got to kind of you know walk him through and try to get him to understand at the same time, but they're both getting the same equal treatment. But I can get on him tough, but this kid he'll fold if I get on him tough. So I got to approach it a different way. Every kid can't be coached the same. So taking some of that stuff from coaches, so I kind of blended all that stuff in one and try to try to build an identity that way. So, because a lot of kids, me being an assistant for a very long time, they like, "Coach, you a player's coach," and I'm like, "Yeah, I am a player's coach. Like, I don't have an ego or anything. Like, I'll listen to the player, like, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna, do the right thing. But I'm willing to listen. Like, if they see something out there on the floor that I didn't see, I'll take it into consideration. Like, okay, let's try this time. What you seen? You know what I mean? So, just trying to, you know put everything that I learned from these different coaches I've worked for into one. And that's where kind of my basis is right now. But the foundation is kind of like where I'm from, the tough, the grittiness from, being a kid raised in Memphis. So that's my foundation. And then I put the other stuff from what I learned from other coaches into
Good deal.
the mix. So
That was a great answer.
That was an outstanding answer. I get that.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
good stuff.
That would have been
It,
similar
it,
to my coaching. That was my coaching style probably would have been a combination of Coach Curry and my military training. So I don't know where it's almost the same thing, ain't it, Mike?
yeah, pretty much. Well, what do you think? You just jumping into this thing now as your first year as a head coach, right?
mhm.
And you know, I've worked for some first year head coaches before. It can be really hectic, because
Mhm.
I say this all the time. The greatest coaches in the world, they always 1 foot away from the dude or the young lady that's standing up that's doing all the coaching until they get over to that one
No
foot and
doubt.
get in that role. Then it changes and everything changes. So what going into your first year as a head coach, what's your goal? Like what would be considered a successful year for you as a young first year head coach?
For me, so the team that I'm taking over now, obviously we got a lot of returners. I've watched every single game since I knew that I was going to probably get an interview for the job. So I did all my research early, right? So I watched every single game, and those kids didn't play hard at all. When I say play hard, I'm talking about at all. So a goal for me is to have these kids playing hard, have them enjoy, playing the game of basketball. Also having these guys, having a 3.0 at least GPA. So if I can get those kids to play hard, have a 3.0 GPA, and they enjoy playing for me, that would be a success for me. Because a lot of the guy I talked to everybody on the team and they didn't enjoy, you know, playing last year. They gave up on the season and they were pretty much over it. So for me, if I can get that joy back for them, if I can get them, to take this classroom seriously and get them to just play hard, like they lost a bunch of close games not by playing hard. So if I can get them to do those three things, I think we'll have a successful season. I think we'll surprise some people with if we can just do those things. So, like I said, the first year is the foundation year of what I'm trying to build here. And a lot of those guys will be gone next year, and then I'll get to bring in my recruiting class for the following year. So, just trying to build some with these guys while they're here now and get that joy back for them and get them to play hard as they can. Like I told them before, I said this is probably going to be the hardest you've ever played. I just came from a team, we went to the final four and we was 31-5. We were ranked number one for the whole year. Like I don't know nothing else but playing hard. So you gonna play hard or it's just next man up. So everybody will get an opportunity. I don't know who's going to play right now. You guys are going to show me that in practice. So you got to earn everything you get. So whoever wants to step up, the guys that didn't play hard last year, If you got an opportunity here, the guys that didn't play, you got an opportunity. I'm giving everybody equal opportunity. So it's up to you guys. I don't know who's going to play. You're going to decide that. So they were pretty. Go ahead,
Coach Bear. I am so excited. Do you know the reason why I'm so excited? I am a former Bearcat.
Oh, okay.
I went to Russ College. Go
okay.
Royal
Okay.
Blue and White. Royal
Yes.
Blue and White, baby. I went there back in 1990. So
Okay.
look, make Russ great again.
Oh,
I
it's
don't want you to be
coming.
like Trump, but I need you to make Russ College great again.
Listen to me when I tell you. Listen to me
Yeah.
when I tell you. It's coming. Like I said, I just came. I know what it takes. Like I've won as a player. I've won a championship as a coach. We won 4 championships this past season, the school I was at. So I know what it takes to win. And I'm telling you guys, it's gonna happen. The change is happening. It's gonna happen. So once I get a good, once I get these guys to playing, and then people start hearing about Russ here soon, and then I get this recruiting class next year, it's gonna be a change. You guys gonna see a change this year. I promise you that.
Hey, I got one quick thing for you. Make sure you send us a schedule, Terry and Mike. We try to make this first home game, no doubt. Secondly, you see him rubbing his hands. Here go your big donor right here, rubbing his hands together.
Hey, I ain't got no money. I ain't got no money, but I got some wisdom. I got great wisdom.
Okay, okay.
But look, only thing you got to do is I already can tell by the interview that they're gonna be great. But we gotta get Lamorne on.
Listen,
we gotta keep Lamorne on.
Listen, we played them twice. We played them November 8th for homecoming. Okay. So you guys can come to that. You can come to that. It's gonna be packed. I'm telling you, everybody's been writing me, emailing. That game is gonna be crazy. November 8th, and we play them in February, sometimes at their place. But the first game is at our place, November 8th.
Can we go, y'all? What's up?
That might be one we need to go on book. That's a Saturday or Friday.
I think it's gonna be Saturday at 7 o'clock, I believe.
Okay, yeah, that's one we ought to go on book on.
Coach, you gonna give us a tour? We come down there. I mean, come down there and show some love and all that.
Yeah, for sure.
The In the Clutch crew, our first on campus with the coach. I mean, that would be some good stuff, man.
Yeah.
And then to finish it out with a Russ College win.
Yeah,
on, man.
Yeah.
I don't know what Bearcats do, but I know Eagles fly high.
Yeah, for sure.
But that place is sentimental to my heart because my great aunt was an educator there back in the 1960s. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a family college for us. I've had 10, 15 family members that have graduated over the years at Russ College. So, and people that don't know, they're the number 2 oldest HBCU
in Mississippi.
Yeah. Back in the 1867. So I know my Bearcat stuff. So I'm just telling you, I think we got the right man for the job, and I'm definitely looking forward to it. I'm really excited.
I am too. Hey, we're gonna take another quick commercial break. When we come back, got a little game I want to play with you, Bear.
All right.
Feeling sluggish? Struggling with recovery? Want to take your health to the next level? We have the game-changing peptides your body needs. Whether you're looking to boost energy, accelerate healing, lose weight, or optimize performance, we've got the cutting-edge solutions to help you feel unstoppable. Get extraordinary results with Show Enough Peptides for All. Call us at 731-420-5627 or email us at shownoughpeptidesforall@gmail.com. Show Enough Peptides for All products are strictly for research purposes only and are not intended for human or animal consumption. We do not provide medical advice or services. Please consult a qualified professional for any health-related concerns.
Okay.
That's our girl, Show Enough. Y'all better check out them peptides, man. That stuff right there, I'm telling you.
I'm making a phone call, Bear. Somebody wants to talk to you. Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
I'm doing great. Welcome to In the Club Sports Talking More podcast. We have not Mr. Coach Barry Wellington of Russ
Wellington.
College.
Really?
Really?
Hey, Barry, how are you doing?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm good. This is Miss Walton. I went to school with Daryl and these guys.
Oh,
Hey, how you doing?
I am good. Barry, I saw that you posted about your new coaching position. This is awesome.
Yes, ma'am. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yes.
Your coaching has taken you around the country, hasn't it?
It has. It has a lot of places.
You happy to be back in the 901? Or
I
close
am.
to it?
Yeah, I am. I'm very excited. Very excited.
I'm excited for you. You've been very impressive since you graduated. I really do think you've done really well for yourself. And I'm glad that I had the chance to have you in school.
I appreciate it. Thank you for all you did as well. I appreciate everything.
I appreciate you too, Miss Walton.
Hey, Mike Clear, how you doing?
Hey, just so y'all can know, and we always laugh about this, and Terry already know where I'm finna go with this. Me and Mary graduated at the same time, Treadwell High School, class of '88. Mary was the valedictorian, and I was the salutatorian. We were 1 and 2 in our class that year, and she had.
That's why I got the relationship with both of y'all.
It ain't.
Okay. I
Well,
see the time now.
No.
Be quiet here. I'm talking. I see the time. Because I know you finna go there, sir.
I don't know what the connection is, but yeah, Mike, we were. I was definitely a student athlete, scholar athlete,
Yeah.
all American in academics and all of that. So
Mary was too. I'm proud of Mary.
yeah, man, I'm very proud of Mary.
I'm super proud of you. I'm gonna say it on air, Mary.
Well, let me
Mary,
ask you a
I'm gonna say
question.
it on air.
Was Mr. Daniels still there when you was there, Barry?
Oh, here you go.
Mr. Daniels.
No, he's long gone, Terry.
Oh,
Mary, don't you fall for this foolishness.
No. You see, Mike is laughing. That was his teacher.
Don't fall for this
He took him
foolishness,
twice.
Mary.
He took him twice in 6th period. That was his study hall, and that was his basic math teacher.
Oh boy.
Basic
See what I
math
gotta go through, Walter.
He
Did
was-
y'all
See what I
say
gotta go
basic
through,
math?
Walter.
yeah, he was taking basic math in the 12th grade.
Yeah.
Boy,
Who,
they
Terry?
folk right.
No, he said Mike
no,
was.
Mike Clear.
See, you called the right name, man. That's how you remember.
No.
You remember Terry
I
taking
took Florence Roach, and anybody know Miss Roach did not teach no basic math.
No, she taught drama.
She taught accounting.
She taught
accounting and drama.
Accounting.
She taught typing. She taught drama, and she taught accounting.
She did, but you went in there for
And
drama.
I was in all 3 classes.
Sure you
You
were.
was in all 3 sitting in there.
Barry, you see how these Treadwell people, you see how we get along so good.
Yeah,
Barry
yeah.
Walton, we love
Let
you.
me
We
tell you a little
appreciate
bit
you.
about Barry. When Barry was in school, Barry was taking all honors classes too.
What?
He told us. He said he was doing pretty good. He said he got off to a slow start his 9th and 10th grade year, and then he got kind of serious and he took off. So
Yeah.
I'm glad you could confirm that for us.
Hey Barry, how many years did you get a chance to play with Coach Curry?
I didn't. He retired right before I got to the 9th grade.
Okay, I couldn't remember when his retirement was in relation to your year. Graduation.
Yeah, he retired.
Coach
right
retired the
before
year before, Mary.
Yeah.
Look at
Hey, Barry, does this feel like this is your life?
I'm reminiscence here for sure.
Hey man, that's great.
Well, Mary, we appreciate you calling in. Thanks for always supporting us. Thanks for being my friend, and you know I love you.
Love you guys too. Hey Barry, let me know when the season starts. I'll drive to Holly Springs.
Okay, I will. I appreciate it.
We're going November the 8th, Mary. Homecoming.
We're going November the 8th, homecoming.
Okay.
We definitely going to that one.
Okay, hit me up.
Okay.
Thank you, Mayor.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
Miss Walton.
And you know what, Barry? ask you different questions down the line. Like, man, this had to be the best podcast you ever been a part of. You know, you gonna look back in years, and you know, this is your life back over the years. This got to be in your collection, man. It's gonna have to
Oh
be.
yeah, for sure, no doubt.
Hey man, yeah, man.
All right,
That's
Barry.
my
We gonna yeah, that's my man. He get
it
on our
is. That's
nerve, but
my
that's our
business.
guy. We gonna play a little game, and I just want you. I'm gonna put these pictures up. I'm gonna put these images up, and I just want you to tell us the first thing to come to your mind when you see them.
All right.
It ain't nothing hard.
Oh,
That hard? Is that hard?
no, man. Just, I mean, pretty much. I mean, me and my friends used to go there just to walk the street, honestly, and probably go over to Hooters and stuff that was there. I think it's closed down now, but just just I mean, this was the city everybody loved and everybody went on bill just to have a good time, and you see everybody down there, so it's kind of like a congregation of just friends and family and stuff.
Okay. Now,
That
even
picture,
though,
that picture would be the only time you see me down there. If it's like that.
Hey, me too. Me too. I'm with you on that one. Too.
Yeah.
come on, man, Memphis ain't that bad.
No, I'm just not going down there.
I
I'm
ain't
cool
even.
in Memphis.
I
I'm
ain't
straight
even.
with Memphis. I
I
ain't got
ain't
no
even.
problem. I just don't like the crowds. This just
Right.
ain't my
Yeah.
cup of tea.
All right, let's go to this next one. Even though you didn't play for him,
Legend, man, legend. That's the first thing that comes to mind with me, man. Legend of Treadwell High School, and had great teams and was a great coach.
I
Hey
can't
son.
say what
Hey
I was
son,
gonna
you
say.
got ice water in your veins, son.
Terry, what you say? You sure coach didn't tell you to go get the ice out the bucket?
Yeah, I said, you sure the coach didn't say go get the ice for the man and coming out the game?
Terry too hard on him. Okay. I don't know how well you know him or ever met him, but
Yeah, so he used to actually come to some of my home games. I met him, shook his hand, and I actually talked to him a little bit when he was doing some with the I think it was the Grizzlies some years back.
mm-hmm.
And I reintroduced myself to him and stuff. And yeah, man, he was, he used to come watch me play, which obviously I loved that when those guys came back to see me play in high school. So
Yeah, that's what I did. I went back to watch him and Daryl play, man. They couldn't never get over the hump with me.
And you know what? If there was an arena, if Treadwell was still up and you had to put a statue in front of Treadwell, this is who I would put, even over Penny. I'm talking about the full body of work from the school. Never heard
Oh,
a
you
whisper
talking
or
like an
anything about.
ambassador?
Yeah. Chuck would
Yeah,
be Chuck would
yeah, I'm with you.
Chuck,
I
Chuck would
agree.
be the person that I would put as a statue in front of Treadwell
Yeah.
if it was still up. Yeah.
And see, this is what I have to tell people because I played with Elliott. Like I said, he was the main reason why I came to Treadwell, and I played with Penny. But you have to understand, Penny was an underclassman to me, so he hadn't blossomed into the Penny Anthony Hardaway that he became when I was there. So
Right.
the work ethic that I saw came from Elliott, came from Chuck. When I got over there, he told me, "Hey man, you either you do the work and it pay off, or you're gonna be just like everybody else." He was the whenever we had to run, before practice, he was always the first one, the last one to leave, getting up his shots, free throws, and all of that. In practice, coach used to be like, "Hey Earl, I need you to guard Chuck." And I'm like, "Damn, coach, for real?" I mean, and it seems like an exaggeration. I know he wasn't perfect on his shots, but damn, I can't remember him missing that many shots in practice. It's like, damn, it's like you play good defense, you right up on him, you ain't finna block his shot because he's jumping too high, and it made me a better player. Now, when I played these other guys in the city, I ain't had no problem with them because I think I was guard in practice the hardest guy it was to guard in the city. and I think he was averaging what, Mike, 36 points his senior year with no 3-point line.
Yeah. 36.8.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
with no threes now.
And just
So
as
really, technically, there you could say, man, if they would have had threes, because Chuck shot, especially when I left, I would say Chuck probably shot. I won't say Coach told me something crazy, like 60% from the three. You know
And
what I'm
I don't
saying?
remember,
If they'd have had the 3-point line,
right.
and I
he
don't know
would
what
have
he
been
did
shooting
in the
60%.
and I don't know what he did in the 10th grade, but I know the 11th grade he averaged 34, and then he went up to like 38 in his
That
senior
man
year.
averaged
So
28 with me. And in 10th grade year, he averaged 28.
that's what I said. I can't speak on that, but I'm
Yeah,
just saying
no, he averaged
his
28
junior
with
year
me.
he was at 34, right at 35, and then he jumped up to 38 in his senior
Yeah.
year. That
And
I
look,
do.
I just, I don't know about you, Bear. I played 3 years at Treadwell, and I got 2 regrets. The one regret is I never beat East in 3 years, and that's regular season, postseason, and end of it. Never beat East. And the second thing I regret, and I want to express that to Elliot because he asked me to come over to help him build this program back up, is that his senior year, I think we had the best team, not only in the city. I think we had the best team in the state, and we fell short because we were a little overconfident going into the sub state, and we lost to a team. And I think Mitchell made it all the way to the championship game, and we had handled them all year long. And I just know we could have, it was our year, and I feel like I let him down. None of us had a good game, but at the same time, I felt like my purpose of coming was incomplete. I'm sure he'll be like, don't take the blame for that or whatever, but that's just how I feel about it. Because this man right here, he taught me the true meaning of hard work, perseverance, setting a goal. When me and him was talking, and I was telling him, yeah, I think I'm gonna go to either Sheffield, and then I think I was finna go to Northside. And he said, "Hey man, I need you to come over here to the well with me, man, because we building something, man. I'm telling you, it's finna take off, and I need you over there." And I said, "Oh man, from just knowing him and Mike in the neighborhood, it just made me say, you know what, my guy asking me to come, I gotta come." And the other thing he told me was, I don't know how many jobs it was in the NBA at that time, but I'm gonna just use the number 360. He says 360 jobs, NBA positions. One of them gonna be mine when I graduate from college, and he did that, and that was him going from his sophomore year to his junior year. I wasn't thinking about no NBA then. I just wanted to play. But he had
And,
already had a game plan in mind that he was going to finish off at Treadwell, go to college, and make it to the NBA. And I think that's a great story.
and that's so ironic because you were talking about Mitchell that year, that is the one that stopped. And I got mixed feelings because I went to Mitchell before I came to Treadwell, but I saw my good friend Tim Hunt, who was the main character over there with the Mitchell Tigers.
I
He
remember
was at the
seeing
yeah, Tim was at the Jingle Jam. I just went to last week, and he came over to the table and talked to me. And he sometimes ribs me about the Mitchell Treadwell. He don't talk about how y'all dominated them for the first few times, but he talk about the last time and all that. But it is what it is. But it's good stuff, man. And if it wasn't for them, you're right. We could be talking about 2 state champions, 1977 and 19 what is it?
87. That would have been
19 10
87.
years apart. Yeah, in
Mm,
87. So
yeah. Yeah.
87 and 90. We should have had we should have been right there with East with at least 4-5 state championships.
no, they overachieved. They overachieved in 90 though. I still say Daryl's cousin willed them folks to where they were. There's no
Tim,
way. Yeah, dude. I'm telling you, and I ain't just
well,
sitting up there
Tim
saying
was
that.
always the workhorse for that team. For
But
that
what I'm
team,
saying is,
Tim was always the workhorse.
but when
Penny
you
got
lose
the
a
credit,
Penny,
but
when you lose
Tim,
but Penny, this is when Penny was out. Penny was out for a little bit of time in that, and Tim put him on their back, and if I'm not mistaken, that's when they brought him back and put him in the starting lineup in the state tournament or something, Darryl.
Yeah, we had.
Yeah, they made it all the way to the state championship game, and Penny became eligible. And
They reinserted him.
yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, come on. I mean, I get that as a okay, Bear. You had a player sitting out all year. You make it to the championship game. Do you insert him in the starting lineup, or do you kind of feel you let him feel
If
his
he
way
been
back
all
in?
the way and he got you all the way to that point till they ruled you in there.
Now this was Penny Hardaway, Barry. Now this is a unique situation, but great question for you as a coach. If you had
Yeah, it is.
a Penny Hardaway type of player that was eligible for whatever reason, and the rest of your team, you coached them up and they went all the way through the tournament. Look at he laughing now because that's tough. That's tough. He laughing now. But you get all the way to the championship game and your star player was able to come back. Will you mess up that chemistry and reinsert your star, or would you ease your star back in there and mess up his psyche and still go for
That's a tough one for
it?
me.
Look at
That's
that.
Man,
That's
that's
a tough one for
tough.
me, boy.
That's tough, man.
That's what we had to go through in 1990.
Yeah, that's a tough one for me there. I ain't gonna lie. As a coach,
That's
I don't know which way I would be able to go on that one.
And you can't blame, like Darryl said, you can't blame Coach Carey. Who wouldn't put Penny Hardaway back in your lineup?
Yeah,
But to the rest of your team, didn't care if it was Penny Hardaway or Nickel Hardaway. They knew
Right.
they went all the way and did this without him, and even got even closer as a team. And to this day, you still have, a couple of them sort of salty about it.
And we're gonna bring some of those players on and discuss their year. The one thing that they echo to me when I talk to them in private, of course they know Penny was a great player. Before he went out, it was a team. He was the leader of the team, so they had no problem with that. The only thing that they say that kind of hurt their feelings was, even though he was ineligible to play, that he wasn't even coming to the games. So they felt like he abandoned them, and they kind of put that chip on their shoulder, like, whether you here or not, we still gonna go. So to have that chip on your shoulder and to make it to the championship game, and then now, he's showing back up and we finna go state, and I can understand how the other players could feel a little salty about that.
Yeah.
I like to win, so I'm gonna be salty, but I'm gonna still give you my all.
Right.
We'll have those conversations after we hoist the trophy up.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah, Coach Bear, you still ain't answered the question.
Yeah, I was trying to get some
time. He's not getting away that easy. No. You are a first year coach of Russ College. I want to know if a Russ College star come through there and do the same situation.
I will say this. Back then, I would have to do it. Back then now. But in today, like, I probably brought him off the bench. Is
I don't think it's not a right and wrong answer,
right?
Because it's one of those. It's you kind of I think it goes both ways. If you don't start him, what's his psyche gonna be for?
Right.
Like, damn, I'm playing behind these guys who I know I'm better than them, and you have to look at it from the perspective of the team. The team saying, hey, coach, we don't care if he played, but he shouldn't start. Now, if you getting that from your person who's been leading the team since his absence, you got to consider it.
Yeah. So with that too, are you willing to appease one person or the team? So it's like, you know what I mean? So it's like, okay, I need, like, Penny, he's the guy, but I'm gonna lose my other 12. You know what I mean? But if I go with these other 12, maybe Penny still will beat her. That fire will still beat her because he didn't start. You know what I mean? You can still play starter minutes, but you didn't start. You know what I mean?
Right, but I'm gonna ask the other two guys on this panel, because we know Penny pretty well. What do y'all think would have been?
Penny ain't going. Penny would have even dressed out if you told him that he wasn't going to start.
Right.
And that was his mentality. And like I said, and you're right, Coach. It's the other player. And I ain't just saying that if it was me. If I know that I'm a team player, I don't care how great I am, and then I'm out. And the reason I'm out is for my own fault. It's my fault that I'm out. So I know I'm hurting the team. And I see my team out there gutting it out and doing everything they can. Me, I'm just speaking for me. When I came back, hey, whatever you guys need me to do, I'm in it. I wouldn't even care about that start and shit. That's me though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have been Penny Hardaway, the mega star that everybody across the country now have figured out what's going on, blah, blah, blah. That's a difficult situation.
That's the individual, Clear. That's an individual because just cause
you're
a star don't mean that you can't be a humble star.
No,
everybody
you're right, but there are other. All I'm saying is that we're asking a cut and dry question to that's got several answers to it. Because, like I said, several factors to that, man. We don't know what his psychic was before. I don't know how that was. Did he practice with him? Did he practice all the time up until the end? Or did he come back? You know what I'm saying? He just left and came back when the state coach just let him do that. I don't know. Darryl was in the military. I don't know where you was. I was the closest thing to a coach beside Coach Carey doing that in 1990 year. I was at every game. I was at every situation. You can ask Tim that. Tim will tell you right now, I was there for every game, for every situation. Well, was he at practice?
Was who at practice?
Was Penny at practice?
I can't say that.
That's what I'm trying to lead to, Darryl. His psyche could have been, man, I ain't going no practice, man, because of blah. I don't know. I'm not taking up for it. I'm just saying that.
I mean, even if he was coming to practice, you're not practicing him in full capacity during the regular season. And
but it'll make a difference with him playing that game or not. Because my brother was at practice with him.
What I'm saying is if you practicing with the players that you know finna be on the court. You're not having you might have him on the second team running the second team.
But is he at practice? Is he in the building? Is what I'm asking.
Those are the questions that I will ask when I bring them on. But I know for a fact that what I was told was that the games he was not there because he didn't not only that, most of the fans weren't even there until they started back winning. Once they started winning, the fans came back too. Whether Penny was there or not.
I can confirm that because I was there from beginning to the end with the team. So I know. So Darryl is right. You got some fair weather fans that stopped going, but the Al Lesters, the big Michael Lewis's and stuff, we were there. We used to make our own sweatshirts and make our own designs and coming out with shorts in 20-degree weather. We was there supporting them through thick and thin. So this is stuff that I'm not telling you that I heard. I was there. So I know how Tim took them folks on his back and they played with a different swagger that you couldn't believe, that you didn't think that they was going to be a first round casualty once Penny went out.
I agree. I agree with that.
We definitely don't have to do a
follow-up. I was saying they was talking about I guess the question was, would you have played him in the championship? And I was saying that's a difficult for a coach. You got a superstar player, but it's other intangibles that goes with that. You know,
and what Coach Carey get out of it? You know what he got out of it? He got an autographed basketball from Penny Hardaway when he went to the Orlando Magic.
You know? That's a whole nother chapter, though. That's something totally different.
When Darryl tell you that we'll talk about this about a time, but when Darryl tells you I'm an insider, I got an insider story on that too. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So starting him in that championship game, got him a signed basketball for all the Orlando Magic basketball players for the first year.
And cursed out in some more stuff at times.
Okay. So we'll talk about that later. But Barry, see, we got some stories, Barry. That's why I said some of these legends, it wasn't cut and dry now.
It's some stories to be told.
But that was good. You're right.
Man, y'all look, I'm gonna put it up anyway. Thoughts on this one, Barry?
Pretty much, man, mega star of the school. He was the biggest name when I was coming up. That obviously, like I told you guys earlier, he was the biggest name that I heard. And then as I went there and I started to hear about Elliott and those guys, but he was the guy, man. He was the guy. His highlights, and he was the man. So he was. That's why I mean, for him, he's the guy. So.
Yeah. And take nothing from him. He's the greatest to come out of Treadwell as far
No,
as notoriety and take away barring injuries in the pros, he would be a Hall of Famer. First
yeah,
ballot, no
Yeah, I
doubt.
agree.
So
If he don't still become one.
right.
no, he won't.
That's
He won't.
I'm with you now, Terry. But I mean, I'm looking at how they doing this. I don't know what they basing.
Did Grant Hill?
what they
Did Grant Hill make it? Did Grant Hill make it?
He ain't made it yet, but I think he gonna eventually get it.
You can stop it. You can stop it.
What?
They were on the same trajectory.
Yeah.
Even at the same time. So it's
Right.
man, it would have been good to see both of them if they could have extended their career.
Extended their career, yeah, barring the injuries, but injuries happen, and just like Coach Barrett said, he had Achilles injury, and I'm just, you can look at. I'm more believing that the glass is half full versus half empty. So if it weren't for that Achilles injury, that was unfortunate, but he wouldn't be the head coach of, brought him down this path and be the head coach of the greatest HBCU, college in the country, in my opinion.
Eagles
I got it.
Yeah, man. Man, that's the coach, man.
Hey, that's championship, man. We won the South Zone championship that year. Just celebrating some, those guys done threw water all on us, and that was our first championship at that school that we got to celebrate. So champion.
Now the most important one.
Long time coming, man. It's excitement. Excitement, man. Excitement. So I'm ready to get started. I can't wait to, get started with the guys, and it's gonna be an exciting year. So
I got a connection to Russ too. My daughter played volleyball up there for a couple of years.
Absolutely. I was waiting on that.
Yeah, we got a connection there. So we definitely want to support you. I'm sure you probably don't know about the picnic, October the 11th. We have an annual picnic, and it's October the 11th at Burt Ferguson Park. If you're able to make it, that's fine. But I know you probably be deep into your coaching duties by then. But we'll try to keep you in the loop moving forward. With all we do at Treadwell, because we try to build and bond. That's what we try to do. We try to bring all the Treadwell.
Coach Baird,
yes.
just do me one favor, man. When we come down there for the homecoming, we come down there. Don't act like you don't know. Don't act like you don't know us when we get down there now.
That is not me. That is.
With my
I ain't saying you, Coach Barry, but it happens. I'm on their show.
Yeah.
Hey man, hey, we come to see Coach Barry. Who?
Terry, he ain't got no free T-shirts he can give to us, or do you?
Not yet, man. Not yet.
Hey, that's all right.
We take freebies for the show now.
hey, I'm going to get me some Russ College gear, and we will definitely be down there, man. So keep us posted on the, because usually that weekend is a fun weekend because they have all kind of activities and stuff leading up to homecoming. A lot of the alumni come there. That's the weekend that the alumni come down there and do all that stuff. So it's all, like you say, it's always big down there for that entire weekend. So as it gets closer to the time and you get, some of the festivities down packed, man, just let us know, man, because we can definitely come down there and support it.
Okay.
Hey, I'm gonna say I really appreciate you taking the time out your business schedule to come do this interview for us. We started a podcast in 2020, and we took a few years off, and we just started back. So we're trying to build our platform up. And I know with great people like yourself taking time to come on the show and help us out, that we're only going to grow our audience. And I just want to thank you for coming on. And I want to say, based on this interview, I'm almost 100% sure that you're going to be successful at Russ College. And if bigger things are in sight, I feel confident that wherever you end up, you're gonna do great.
Well, I appreciate you guys having me on, and it was a treat for me when Coach Mike asked me to come on. So I enjoyed it, and I learned some things from you guys, and hopefully you guys learned some things about myself. But
We did.
I enjoyed it, and if you guys want me to come on in the near future,
Yeah.
I'll do it as well for sure.
We like to hear that.
Yeah, we like to hear that, man. And what's the first thing you gonna do, Coach Barry, when the live is over? What's the first thing you supposed to do?
Like, subscribe.
You hit the notification bell.
There we go. Now
Yeah,
you know the coach listens. That means the players will listen to the coach. The coach
yeah,
listens. That's what I'm
yeah.
talking about. It trickles down.
Hey,
It's
we
a
might,
trickle down effect. The
Yeah.
leadership.
we might can bring some of them on, Terry. Hey, whatever we got to do.
Well,
Whatever we
B,
got to
we,
do, man. But
B, we
Treadwell is
appreciate
behind
you,
you,
man.
and the clutch is behind you. So go Bearcats.
I
Absolutely.
appreciate it.
B, we appreciate you, man. But we you gotta let us know. We know your budget is limited when it comes to recruiting and all of that. So
Yeah,
our thing with the show is to try to provide a platform for guys like yourself who can't get out there, don't have the budget. Maybe we can get the word out. You know what I mean, to try to help you in any kind of way. So, you always got my number. You knew that. So
yeah.
just pick the phone up, call, let us know, man.
And
Okay,
guess what?
appreciate
You
it.
have some of them hard workers. He could take this show and share it. And you got players out there, the ones that he said that he want to grind. He said, you know what? I've been listening to this guy right here. I want to play for him. You know what I'm saying? You just got
Absolutely.
this is where you can find the ones that say, you know what? Only thing I got to go in there and do what coach tell me to do, and
Yep.
everything else will play out for me. And a lot of folks ain't with that. Some folks just want that chance and that
Yep.
opportunity and to play for
Yep.
somebody that's going to lead them.
Absolutely.
So we're gonna do everything in our power to make Russ College great again, and we're gonna share this, and we're gonna share this, and we're gonna get you up there to Nolan Richardson. Do you do the 40 minutes of hell type of offense? Is you constantly running up and down the floor? Or are you
Yeah,
methodical?
we gonna play fast, and we gonna press, and we gonna do a lot of things. So we gonna mix it up as well too. I got some stuff in store for the guys, so it'll be an exciting brand of basketball for sure.
All right, good deal, good deal.
Got me excited now.
Yes,
I
sir.
ain't
Yes,
this
sir.
excited about some college basketball in a while.
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
man, once again, Daryl, you take an eagle, man, to bail these folks out or something, man. I say it all the time. Take an eagle to bail these folks out, man. They got to
Yeah,
get one of them.
Eagles fly high. That's what
They
we
yeah.
fly high.
Eagles fly high. Hey, great interview again, Barry. Thank you for coming on, and we really appreciate it. And with that, we're gonna end the show, and you guys just hold on for 1 second.
All right.